Good morning. Well, let's get started. I'm going to share my bridge table here. Ta-da. Here we go. This is we're continuing on declare play subjects, and this is a hand involving. Well, the topic is the dangerous opponent and avoiding the dangerous opponent. And let me explain what I mean by that. It's opponent who, if they get on lead, they're going to hurt you. And sometimes you can see who it is, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you know that there's an opponent who has winners in their hand, and you want to keep them out of their hand so they can't cash them. Or in this case, I'm looking at this diamond suit. I'm not looking at the spade suit. The diamonds are the important one in this case. I set up some spades here just so I could put the lead in whichever hand I wanted to. If I'm going to play some spades just to put the lead in the left hand. And I want to look at if lefty is on lead and they lead a diamond. It doesn't matter what they lead, does it? Let's say they lead a small diamond and it comes around to my king. My king wins, right? Or let's say that, I'll back up three. Let's say they lead the ace of diamonds. That's fine. It comes around and now my king is a winner later on. If the left-hand opponent is on lead with this holding, I'm always safe in the diamonds. The spades, I'm not talking about the spades. Suppose my right-hand opponent is on lead. I'm just going to put my right-hand opponent on lead and play the ace here. If East leads a trick, what should I play in diamonds now? Should I play low? Should I play the king? Does it matter? So suppose I play low and they keep leading diamonds, and I play low again and they keep leading diamonds,
And the king comes
and
in.
the king loses to the ace, and then they take the queen and the jack.
Mm,
The point here is that my right hand, with this holding in diamonds, my right hand opponent is dangerous. My left hand opponent is safe. So I want to keep my left hand opponent on lead if I can. Not at all costs, but certainly at all costs. Now, we don't know for a fact that our left hand opponent has the ace of diamonds here. And in fact, if the ace of diamonds were in the other hand, then it would be okay if East is on lead. But when you can't see it, let's just assume that the ace is in the bad place. And you're always safe if you can keep this opponent on lead rather than this one. If my left-hand opponent is on lead, say I, win with the queen of, I'm just playing these to put my left-hand opponent on lead. It still doesn't matter what West might lead. My king is still safe. West can lead anything in the world, and my king will win a trick. They can't run all the diamonds. So it almost doesn't matter where this ace is when we're starting out. We can see just from this holding that our left-hand opponent is dangerous. Let me let's look at this for an example. Let's say this is your holding in diamonds. In the diamond suit, who's the dangerous opponent? West is the dangerous opponent. Lefty. If righty is on lead and it comes up to my king, it's safe. I can put righty on lead all I want, and they can't kill me in the diamonds. Say it's this holding. Who's my dangerous opponent here? It's righty. If righty gets to lead through my king up to their partner's hand, they might kill me in diamonds. But if lefty is on lead, they're safe. They can always lead up to my king. So once you've identified a dangerous opponent, what can you do to keep them off lead? Let me give an example here. Let's say that I'm in 3-no trump, and the opponents have led. My right-hand opponent bid diamonds during the auction, and so left-hand opponent is leading their partner's suit, and their partner's got, a great diamond suit. So I'm going to hold up one trick on the diamonds. And now, let's see, I started with 6 diamonds. If there are 7 outstanding, and I knew that I got a diamond bid on my right, that should mean that my left-hand opponent is out of diamonds. That makes them safe to be on lead. My right-hand opponent has 3 diamonds. I know they can kill me with it. So in this instance, if I were to take the finesse in this direction And now if East has the queen of clubs, they're going to kill me. They're going to play the rest of their diamonds and kill me. Just to see how that happens, they're going to win the queen of diamonds, and then they're going to take the jack of, the queen of clubs rather. Then they're going to take the jack of diamonds. Well, the way I set this up didn't quite work out, but presumably they're going to take a lot more diamond tricks. How can I play this suit so that my left-hand opponent, so that my right-hand opponent stays off of lead? Let me come back around to how I played this. Let me set up the cards with this holding. So we've now won the trick. The key is that we don't want East to win. So we're going to have to play the finesse in the other direction. I'm going to lead a club to the king, and then I'm going to lead the jack and take the finesse in this direction, not play my ace. But if this loses to the queen, which it does, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really hurt me because West has no diamonds. They can't lead to all these diamonds. Let's look at some examples. Let's see. Again, diamonds were bid on my right. I'm in 3 no trump, so I'm going to get a diamond lead. I'm going to hold up one trick. Let's go through these first two tricks. And now we're on lead. Our right-hand opponent is dangerous. How can we keep them off lead? We will play the finesse in the direction such that if it loses, it will lose to the safe opponent. And so now West is on lead and we're all set. Let's do this again one more time. This time the ace is in my hand, but I'm still going to hold up one trick. I'm going to hold up as many times as I can. So we take the second trick. And now we want to play the finesses so that our left-hand opponent wins them if they lose. So we'll do it this way. I want to lead the 10, and it's important to play a high one, not low to the queen. That could be a mistake. If I led a low club here, I have no, and if it wins, and I have no entries back to the dummy in order to repeat the finesse. So let's start with the 10. So just in case this finesse wins, then we can repeat the finesse. In fact, you know, our left-hand opponent might hold up one trick, and in any case, I get to repeat the finesse. When the finesse loses, it's okay. Our right-hand opponent has all these diamonds they could defeat us with, but our left-hand opponent has no diamonds to lead them. Here's one more. Again, we're going to hold up one trick on the diamonds, and then they're going to lead another diamond trick back. I'm going to win it now. How do I play this to keep my right-hand opponent off lead? What I'm going to do is lead, let's see, I'm going to lead the jack of clubs. If our right-hand opponent covers, I'm in good shape, because now I can win the rest of the clubs, and it keeps lefty off of lead. If the right-hand opponent didn't have the queen of clubs, the finesse wouldn't work. Yeah. But it wouldn't matter because our left-hand opponent is the safe opponent. Let's keep doing this again. I'm going to do it this way. Let's see. We get a diamond lead and a diamond return. And now our right-hand opponent is dangerous. Our left-hand opponent is safe. How do we play this one? We have to take the finesse in this direction. We can't do it in this direction. This would be, it would work. It would work in this direction, but we don't know that. So we're going to play it this way, knowing that the finesse is going to lose. Or not knowing, but not worrying if the finesse loses. If the finesse loses, then West doesn't have any diamonds to lead back. That's the cool thing. This one's a little weird. Let me show you this one. Here's our lead, and once again, we're going to hold up one trick on the diamonds. Now we've got a dangerous opponent on our right. They've got diamond tricks that can set us, and if we're going to take a finesse, we have to do it in a direction that loses to West. Can you see a way to do that? If we lead low to the 10, well, whoever has the king is going to win it, and if East has the king, we're dead. We can't get back to our hand to take the finesse this way, but we can't take the finesse this way. This is our dangerous opponent. This is a case where there's only one hope, and that is to hope that either the king is on this side or it's singleton on this side. The hope is to play the ace. And if we play the ace, what happens? The king falls singleton. Oops. No. If we play the ace, the king falls singleton. Now, this is a slim hope, granted. If the king is doubleton on our right, it's hopeless. There's nothing we can do. Let me show you the original setup of this one. In this case, the eight of diamonds was led. We held up once, and then the king of diamonds came back, and we won the trick. So if on this side, if the king is doubleton, then this is hopeless. But the thing is that there is that slim chance, and without taking that slim chance, it's the only hope you've got. So you have to take the one you've got. It's the difference between slim and none. Okay, let me show you one hand. Let's see. Yeah, I've got enough time for this one. Let's show one hand where this might come into play. Let's say our partner opens the bidding 2 clubs, and we say 2 diamonds. We're not playing Jacoby transfer bids here. Let's say they bid 2 no trump, and we say 4 hearts, and it passes out. This is an auction without a Jacoby transfer bid. Here's the opening lead of the Jack of Spades. All right, let's consider this hand. If we pull the trump in the hearts, we've got 6 heart tricks. We've got 1 diamond trick. We've got 1 spade trick, and we've got 3 diamond tricks. That's 10 tricks. So we have 10 tricks without doing anything. We could just play the ace of spades. But suppose we get tempted into over tricks and we want to take some over tricks. Our problem is, look at the clubs. Here we've got a very vulnerable king of clubs. What happens if we play the queen and we try this finesse and it loses? We've just lost to the dangerous opponent, who now leads the queen of clubs. And what do? We don't know what to do. We play low and they lead another one. And suddenly we're down 1. So how did I recognize this? Let me just come back to the auction and the lead. If the Jack of Spades is led here, you have to recognize that your king of clubs is very vulnerable to a lead from this opponent. So you don't dare take the finesse when it might lose to your dangerous opponent. This is your dangerous opponent. Here's your safe opponent. And the point is, you don't need the finesse to make the contract. Just win your ace, draw trumps, and call it a day. It's possible. There are hands like this that don't always work because the king of spades may not be on this side. If the opening lead is faced like this, if I moved the king of spades over to the other side, that would be a fine hand, and the king of spades is here, and the finesse is going to work, and you go home all day. But the danger is that it could be the other way around. And do you want to risk the contract in favor of getting over tricks or not? Sometimes the answer is yes. And in match point bridge, you may be playing for a top score and take that over trick. There's another thing that could go wrong, for instance, or could go right for you. Suppose you take the finesse and the ace of clubs is not on our left. If we take the finesse here and it loses, I'm going to do it this way. The finesse loses. Perhaps the ace of clubs is over here. If they lead the queen of clubs back, do I cover now? If I do, it wins. This is a case where often doing the thing in bridge that is the wrong thing to do or statistically doesn't work, it works for you and you get a good result as a result. But this doesn't mean it's necessarily right. Just be aware of where the dangerous opponent is and the safe opponent. See if you can keep the dangerous opponent off lead, and you will have better success over the long run, and even if it doesn't work for this one particular board. Okay, I'm gonna stop that and ask for any questions. And we've got a game at 10 o'clock. Thank you all for coming.